Hi everyone, I'm Salman Sajid, a UX consultant specializing in design reviews. Today, I thought we'd take a quick look at Walmart. They just redesigned their website and mobile app, and it's not going over so well. Sort their app reviews by recent, and you'll see what I mean. So let's take a look. For this mini design review, I'm going to focus on just two pages, the product detail page and the product listing page. Here's the product listing page for stick vacuums, and we can already begin to see some issues. Part of the product image is covered by a large Add button. This violates the design principle of protecting the focal point of an image. Apple follows this principle to an extreme. The focal point of a photo featuring a person is very often the person's face. Notice how the text avoids the model's face even as it scrolls away. So my suggestion would be to consider moving the Add button to the bottom or even to the right. It no longer covers the image, will be closer to the price, and will also let us make the image bigger. The Add button itself is also a bit strange. Clicking it makes it expand into a number bar. But now what do? It took me a while to realize this, but it already added one vacuum cleaner to my cart. And the number is meant to be a way to quickly add multiples of the same product. This might work for groceries, but it falls apart here. What's worse is that to get out of this mode, you have to tap outside of the number bar. But the problem is that everything outside is a hot zone. So clicking outside of it takes you to another page. According to the famous web usability expert Jacob Nielsen, users spend most of their time on other sites. This means that users prefer your site to work the same way as all other sites they already know. So if you're going to try something new, you have to make it super clear as to what's going on. If Walmart really insists on doing this, then they should consider making the number bar start with 0 and animating the bright yellow badge on the shopping cart whenever it gets updated. They could even animate the product image flying into the cart to better convey what's happening. Even though this is better, I still think they should come up with a different way of handling non-grocery items. But let's move on to the product page. I don't usually buy my vacuum cleaners by the pound, so I'm not sure why I should care about a price per pound breakdown. And I seriously doubt that this vacuum cleaner weighs a pound, while its blue variant weighs only an ounce. But that's a good question. How much does this vacuum cleaner actually weigh? There aren't any specs or highlights, so let's click on the product details. Description says it's lightweight, but the specifications below don't mention a weight at all. An important aspect when shopping for a vacuum cleaner. To find the actual weight, the user would have to go to the manufacturer's site, find the same product there, and then scroll to the details with the hopes of finding the answer. This violates the design principle of minimizing the user's cognitive load. Instead, Walmart should consider adding important specifications on the main product page so the user doesn't have to leave their site. These could be limited to just the common details people use for comparison shopping. We all know that a good product page needs a good review section. Here, we see a carousel of some reviews, but there's a problem. They're truncated, and there's no way to expand them to read the full text. To do that, you'd have to first click on the All Reviews button, and then find that review again in the list. Review filtering also has some issues. I don't know about you, but sometimes I like to focus on just the 1-star reviews. Choosing 1 star from the menu updates the page, telling us that this item doesn't have any reviews yet. Indeed, the review total at the top is now 0, and it's all zeros across the review distribution. To make matters worse, the menu that got us here is gone too, so there's no way to quickly backtrack. The only way I've found to reset everything is to randomly click on the review distribution headings until you get a non-zero result. Then I can click on the menu that has reappeared and choose all stars. How could this have been better? At the very least, Walmart could have followed the design principle of providing accurate, informative feedback so the user knows what's going on. In this redesign, we've removed the inaccurate zero total review count and informed the user as to why they're not seeing any results, with a quick way to see all the results again. We can actually take this a step further and implement the design principle of constraints, which prevents users from making a mistake in the first place. That would mean disabling any menu items that would not provide any meaningful results. And to avoid any confusion, we could add the number count to the menu so the user would understand why the item is disabled. This is how small UI changes can solve big problems. Anyways, there's more to review, but I hope this gives you a general sense of why this redesign has been so controversial. I know a lot of good people work on Walmart's site and app and are likely aware of many of the issues I found. But as the #1 Fortune company, they, of all companies, should have a world-class e-commerce experience. I wish them well in this journey. I'm not a trained designer. I went to school for psychology. Everything I've learned in the last 20 plus years has been self-taught. And the best way that I found to learn was through before and after examples. Because it took the theory of design and made it practical. You could see the application of it. So I thought the best way to push the field forward and give back to the community was to create similar user experience videos that followed the same before and after and talk through the application of design theory. So I hope you liked my first video. I plan to do more. Then let me know what you think in the comments. Also, I don't have a whole lot to offer just yet, but if you sign up for my mailing list, I hope to be able to offer you some UX design related content and materials very soon. Thanks for watching.